Welcome in to a special edition of Barnes on Bama. If anybody watched the podcast that I released this morning, actually, you're probably confused as to why you're seeing this video. As I said, I'm going to be headed on a flight to Europe. That's still taking place. However, there was some news that dropped today at lunchtime that I just needed to record a quick video, put this out, and talk about it. I talked about, there was going to be some additional games coming, and I wanted to talk about the ACC SEC challenge. In my mind, it was going to be coming out in maybe a week or so. However, I released the video this morning at 8 o'clock that I recorded yesterday. And about noon, we got a tweet from John Rothstein, which has since been confirmed by a few other people, that the matchups are set for the SEC ACC challenge. And so I wanted to run through those matchups, as well as who Alabama is facing, because it's the start of a rivalry. This will be the third time that Alabama's playing them in 3 years. And I think that, there's maybe some pseudo bad blood between them after last year's Sweet 16 matchup. But just wanted to talk through that, and, then we'll get out of here. So the SEC ACC challenge, if you have not realized who I was alluding to, Alabama drew North Carolina. They're going to be playing in Chapel Hill. So Alabama plays North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Obviously, this is a rematch of the game, the Sweet 16 game that happened in LA this past season. I was at that game, and pretty famously there's a video floating out that March Madness put out that Jaron Stevenson, was down to Alabama and North Carolina, and so it was a big game for Jaron because his mom played at North Carolina, and it was just a big game, a lot of emotions for him. He grew up in Chapel Hill, and Nate says in the post game, those fellas in Chapel Hill don't have practice tomorrow, and it riled some people up on Twitter, But it just was, a cool locker room scene. Then Grant Nelson, slaps up the Alabama advancing to the Elite Eight, and it was just really, really good scenes. But I think that this is going to be the revitalization of that. This will be, like I said, this will be the third time that Alabama's played North Carolina in as many seasons. We have the MTE that we played them, the 4 overtime game 2 years ago. Then obviously we have this last season with the Sweet 16, and now a game in Chapel Hill, and I think it's going to be a really, really big matchup. North Carolina should be pretty good this year, and it just adds into the murderer's row of really, really tough matchups that Nate Oates has scheduled. So this matchup is actually going to be on Wednesday, December the 4th. So by the looks of it, there's going to be 6 games happening on December the 4th, and 10 games happening on December the 3rd, that Tuesday, December the 3rd. Just for reference, comparing it to the other games, this will be the first game that Alabama plays after that MTE, right? So that MTE we talked about, and actually, want to quickly mention, apparently that they're still a little unsure on how the MTEs are going to work. So there's a possibility that Alabama is going to be playing somebody from the other bracket. So they may not be playing, Houston, Rutgers, and Notre Dame. The only one confirmed is the first matchup is Houston. But this North Carolina game is going to be slated right after that MTE. So you're looking at, Purdue, Illinois, the MTE, which are all power conference teams, and then North Carolina. So just a murderer's row to start the season, just as Nate Oates would love it to be, just what you're going to see when you go into March Madness. It prepares the team for the future, and I think that's how Nate Oates would want it to be. Gives you the quad one games, shows you who you can and can't be, and who you can and can't beat. So I think it's really, really big. The other matchups, just to note, some of the more important ones, Arkansas at Miami. So that's Calipari going to Miami. Kentucky's playing at Clemson. New look Kentucky team, obviously. Ole Miss and Louisville. I think that one, or Ole Miss at Louisville, I think that has the chance of being a really good game. Syracuse at Tennessee. Has some possibilities. Then Alabama at North Carolina, as I mentioned. Auburn is actually going to Duke. So the in-state rivals grab the in-state rivals. Alabama and Auburn get North Carolina and Duke. I think that's a lot of fun. Texas plays at NC State, and then Virginia at Florida. So I think that some of those are going to be some really good games. The full list is out online if you are curious, but just wanted to record this quick video just to kind of talk through that. Like I said, I recorded last night, cut everything up and posted it early this morning, and such is life, the news breaks midday. So I wanted to record a quick video, just make sure everybody is aware of what's going on. As always, I am still going to be writing all the write-ups on Substack and recording new videos when I get back from my trip. So if you are interested in all the content, please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.